to our press conference to discuss our new Tap-In Center innovative program. Today, I'm honored to speak to you about this amazing program as the director, Rochelle Pride, of the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. We truly understand the need for a program and a service such as this. It truly embodies our mission of equitable justice and compassion for all. This initiative allows individuals to address minor, nonviolent legal issues in a safe, human-centric, and welcoming space, our public libraries, without fear of arrest or judgment, while restoring dignity and respect. At the Tap-In Center, we are dedicated to removing the barriers that often prevent people from seeking legal help. For many, challenges like transportation, childcare, or job conflicts make it hard to attend court hearings and address other legal matters, and our program minimizes these obstacles and offers a supportive, accessible environment that encourages people to tap in and resolve their legal matters while also accessing other necessary social services. In addition to warrant resolution, we're excited to be working toward offering additional services in the future, including record sealing and expungement. This forward-thinking approach will help individuals reclaim their lives, access employment, and re-engage with their communities in a positive, productive way. The Tap-In Center is more than just a program. It is a commitment to justice and hope. We would like to give a special thanks to our partners across state lines in St. Louis County, Missouri, who helped us in collaborating and driving this vision of implementation for a Tap-In Center right here in Columbus, Ohio. We thank all of you for being here today, and without further ado, I would like to turn it over to the Honorable Commissioner Erica Crawley.
Thank you so much, Director Pride, and thank you so much for your leadership. I am your Franklin County Commissioner, Erica Crawley, and I'm super excited to be here with you today as we launch formally the Tap-In Center. As Director Pride said, this is it's more than a program, and we learned about the Tap-In Center when we traveled to St. Louis County. I don't even know, it wasn't even a year ago, I don't even think, it hasn't been a year. But as part of NACO, which is the National Association of Counties, Core Justice Initiative. And what Core Justice Initiative is it was a 2-year fellowship that I was a part of. Director Pride was my designee, and we would travel to different counties to learn about what that county was doing to reduce their jail population, but also addressing racial disparities within the justice and within their jail. And it wasn't just, learning about the jail and initiatives that were taking place, but what they were doing holistically to address disparities that we see in the criminal justice system. So when we went to NACO over to St. Louis, that is when I learned about the Tap-In Center. I immediately texted Director Pride. She was traveling, coming over to St. Louis. I think she had another conference that she might have been coming from, and I was like, I have just learned about something that I think will be amazing here in Franklin County. And it was something that they launched during the pandemic, and within a year, they were able to serve more than 900 residents and steer them away from jail. And most of them were men and Black men. And I was like, this is absolutely something that we can benefit from here in Franklin County. And as soon as she showed up, we ran into Miranda at a conference. And I was like, this is Miranda. Miranda, this is Director Pride. She's over Justice Policy and Programs. Can you tell her all about the Tap-In Center that I learned about the day before? And that's how they got connected, and now you see the Tap-In Center being launched today. And so the Tap-In Center is more than a program, it's a game changer. It is a game changer for our residents and for our neighbors. Many of our neighbors live with the burden of outstanding warrants, not knowing how to resolve them, living with the fear of consequences of even just trying to address their legal issues. This program opens the door for those individuals, providing not only legal support, but a message of hope and empowerment. As a county, we're committed to reducing the cycle of arrest, fines, and detention that too often traps people in poverty or puts people into poverty. The Tap-In Center gives individuals a safe, non-intimidating place to take the first step to clear their record and to access additional services for food, employment, and more. Since its soft launch in September, and we had another one in October of this year, 35 residents have accessed services, 15 individuals have received warrant set-aside services, and over 20 individuals received assistance from the BMV to resolve issues related to their driving records and licenses. We're monitoring the impact of this program closely, looking at the reduction in outstanding warrants, community engagement, and feedback from participants. These metrics will help us keep improving, ensuring that we meet the community's needs and that we create lasting change. To everyone considering using the Tap-In Center services, we are here to help you, and we encourage you to take the first step so you can not just survive, but thrive. And so I want to thank NACO, the National Association of Counties, and the Court Justice Initiative for having me and Director Pride be a part of that fellowship. Excited about the Tap-In Center, and now I get to introduce my colleague, Commissioner O'Grady. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Wow, a bigger crowd than I thought. So today we're proud to highlight the transformative work that's being done with the Tap-In Center. As part of the program, individuals with minor nonviolent warrants have the opportunity to address these issues in a setting that's safe, accessible, and truly community-centered. What makes the Tap-In Center special is the holistic support that it provides. Beyond warrant resolution, we're also connecting individuals with vital resources, everything from food assistance to job placement support, and even SR22 insurance for driver's license restoration. This initiative ensures that residents can overcome barriers to employment, transportation, and stability. And with the past two soft launches, many of the individuals already serviced at the Tap-In Center benefited not only from the primary services offered, but also from supportive services provided by the county's health and human services agencies, helping to stabilize their lives and reduce the likelihood of reincarceration. This comprehensive approach allows us to build stronger, more resilient communities, and we know that reducing outstanding warrants and offering people the tools to avoid further complications with the law help Franklin County become a much safer and more supportive place for everyone. So at this point, I want to bring up our county administrator, Ken Wilson.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Grady. Good morning, and thank you all for being here. Franklin County has invested in the Tap-In Center because we believe in creating pathways for our residents to overcome legal obstacles and regain stability. With funding from the JAG grant, we're able to bring this initiative to life, making it possible for people with outstanding low-level warrants to access help without risk of immediate arrest. Our partners with the Columbus City Attorney's Office, the Public Defender's Office, and several other organizations have been critical to providing a wide range of support services. The Tap-In Center is truly a collaborative effort to bring together public, legal, and community resources to create a system that truly meets the needs of our residents. This program focuses on accessibility, non-intimidating solutions for those who may be facing significant challenges due to minor offenses. With initiatives like the Tap-In Center, we're fostering a fairer legal system that prioritizes rehabilitation over punishment. We're looking forward to seeing continued positive impact of this program on our residents and our communities. And again, I'm just amazed at how quickly we were able to implement this program. So I want to give kudos to everyone involved for making this a reality, because in Franklin County, we believe in action over talk. So I'm so grateful that we were able to accomplish this. Now I will introduce the Honorable Judge Jessica DeVarga.
Good morning, and thank you to the commissioners and OJPP for inviting me today. I am Judge Jessica DeVarga, the administrative and presiding judge for the Franklin County Municipal Court. The Municipal Court is the biggest and busiest court in the entire state, handling an average of over 25,000 new criminal cases every year. With that, our municipal court also has nearly 57,000 outstanding warrants. With such a massive caseload, we threw our full support behind the Franklin County Board of Commissioners and its Office of Justice Policy and Programs when they brought this innovative and proactive program to the court. We believe that community outreach and transparency in our justice system is what the residents of Franklin County should expect and deserve from our courts, and we're happy to be a part of such a collaborative and restorative project. The Tap-In Center allows for the efficient and effective resolution of legal issues, which is a win for everyone involved. The service removes barriers for justice-involved individuals to thrive in our community and helps to reduce the burden on the court's dockets. The center is ideal for resolving outstanding warrants in a non-threatening environment away from the courthouse. In some instances, cases can be resolved immediately because we do have a prosecutor on site. We've witnessed how this opportunity brings a sense of security to our residents, knowing that they are resolving their lingering legal issues. That resolution provides a gateway to a more prosperous future, removing impediments that prevented them from obtaining a driver's license, securing employment, housing, and other collateral issues. Our hope is that the Tap-In Center will help foster trust and appreciation for the court system while lowering the court's pending caseload, thus creating efficiency for everyone walking through our doors. We thank the Franklin County Commissioners, Director Pride, and our justice partners for their innovative approach and continued commitment to restorative justice. And with that, I'd like to introduce Zach Klein, the City Attorney for Columbus.
Appreciate you, Judge. It's great to be here with our friends, the county and the bench. In the partnership that we have for the Tap-In Center, which is a really terrific opportunity for Franklin County to be yet another leader in the criminal justice improvement space. As been mentioned, the Columbus City Attorney's Office prosecutes tens of thousands of new cases a year. And it is my policy, and I've instructed my prosecutors, our chief prosecutor, Melanie Tobias in the back, to differentiate and really sit down and figure out every case that comes in. Is it a violent individual or an individual that has no regard for the law? And we treat that person differently when it comes to accountability than someone who has made a mistake or needs help and commits a non-violent offense. But sometimes in those non-violent offenses, people miss court dates. They fail to show up, they fail to appear. And as a result of that, a bench warrant can be issued. So there are folks in our county, 57,000 folks in our county, that are walking around with a warrant on their record. So if they're pulled over by police, that could be a challenging police interaction. If they seek employment, that could be a barrier to employment. If they seek housing, that could be a barrier for them to get fair housing, affordable housing for them and their family. So a program like the Tap-In Center not only allows us to create a space to allow these folks to come in to set aside their warrant, but maybe a mistake, these cases are not dismissed. Simply the warrant is set aside for folks to re-enter the court system, to get the help they need so they are still accountability, but every step of the way, that individual can get wraparound services to treat the underlying reasons why the individual committed the non-violent offense to begin with. That is a win for public safety. That is how we make our streets safe. It's accountability for violent offenders, and it's help for non-violent offenders who want it. And having a space like the Tap-In Center creates an opportunity to lift up that rising tide of boats that makes all of Columbus and Franklin County safe. So we're grateful for the prosecutor's office and for my office to be part of this, and for the judges to allow us to participate, for the county to give us the space to fund it. We're a proud partner to make sure that we give individuals the chance to be the moms and dads they want to be, and give them the boost they need so they can be successful. So at this time, I'd like to bring up my friend, the Franklin County Commissioner, President, right? Kevin Boyce.
Thank you, City Attorney Klein. I want to especially recognize Commissioner Crawley for her leadership, certainly Commissioner O'Grady. I mean, we really do work as sort of the three musketeers when it comes to the work that moves the needle when it comes to serving the residents of this great county. Certainly to Judge DeVarga and to Director Pride and Administrator Wilson, we appreciate and value not only the collective effort to ensure that our residents have the resources they need to be successful in life, but we appreciate the innovation that goes into bringing a new program into a large institution like Franklin County. I thank you all for joining us today. I'd be remiss to not highlight some of the things that Commissioner Crawley pointed out, which I think to me stand out in this conversation. One, it is about recidivism and jail population reduction and disparities in race issues. If you don't believe me, just simply Google some statistics about Ohio. For example, did you know that Ohio is made up of 13% African American men? But did you know that the correctional institutions host about 47% of African American men? That is the definition of disparity. Additionally, it costs about $37,000 a year to house one prisoner. That's about $104 a day. So think of the savings that could occur if we're able to redirect folks that don't really need to be there and apply resources to them to help them be successful in, as Commissioner Crawley said, not just survive, but thrive. So thank you. And then finally, I just want to point out that in Ohio's prisons, and the jail, while different than prison, the jail is sort of the holding tank, if you will, and potentially you could go to prison. And so it's important to understand that the two do relate and are correlated in many ways. But think about Ohio's population is right at about 50,000 people. That's about the size of Dublin, Ohio. So that's a lot of people. So if we can spend resources to prevent, to mitigate, and to redirect folks, think about the resources that we can redirect into things that can be more impactful to all residents of Central Ohio. So the Tap-In Center is truly a community effort. And I'm pleased that the Columbus Metropolitan Library and the branches have opened their doors to serving as an accessible hub for residents to resolve their outstanding warrants and connect to other services, and more importantly, get the help without intimidation or excessive costs. I'll tell you, when I was first appointed to Columbus City Council, I'll never forget, and again, sometimes you can have a warrant that you don't even know you have. I was appointed to Columbus City Council, and I was, we had an interview process, they selected me, and Commissioner Crawley, they did a background check, and it turned out I had a warrant out for my arrest. And I was probably like 28 or 29, something like that. And I was like, I don't have a warrant out for my arrest, you're kidding me. And he said, oh no, yes you do. And it turns out I did, because when I was in college, I had a ticket from a rolling stop at a stop sign. At least that's what the officer said I did. I'm not admitting to anything. But you can't graduate without paying your fines and tickets. So it was paid, but for whatever reason, it got shifted over to a warrant, and that warrant existed on me. And so had I been stopped by authorities, had I not addressed it, the only way I knew was when we ran the background check right before I got appointed. And so sometimes it's not violent crimes that we think that might end up, sometimes it's just record keeping or a confusion, and that just shouldn't be the case. So again, thank you to the Columbus Libraries for providing that kind of resource to everyone. These locations will make it possible for us to reach the people who need it the most, right in their community, right in their neighborhood. And it's a place they know and they trust, and that's important in the process too. For those of you who are interested in listening today, in accessing these services or posting it or promoting it on your websites, individuals can schedule appointments through the dedicated Tap-In hotline. I love that. By calling 614-525-4488, ensuring that they can receive the support that they need and deserve without fear of being arrested for nonviolent offenses. Our goal with the Tap-In Center is more about just the legal assistance. It's about justice, fairness, and ultimately giving everyone in our community a real chance to rebuild and move forward, most importantly. Through this initiative, we're working to lift up our residents, one person, one warrant, and one new opportunity at a time. It's my pleasure to reintroduce Director Pride. Thank you so much for leading this initiative. And I love that you followed up immediately on Commissioner Crawley's inquiry, and thank you for your leadership and your service, Director Pride. Thank you.
Thank you, President Boyce, and to everyone. This will conclude our our time today, but we hope that in this, that we have built a foundation of understanding for you to really grasp the why behind our tap-in center, who it's for, why we do this, and the intentionality that is woven into every facet of it. And I will leave you with this: how we see is how we serve. And we are committed to ensuring that our service to people and our vision in service remains 2020. Thank you so much, and have a great day.